Yo, welcome to Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach, along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wally. We got another big boxing show for y'all today. We talking boxing. You know we got Byron in the building. Come school us on this thing, man. Listen, before we get into the show, make sure y'all go to Spectator Sporting YouTube page, subscribe, like, comment. Man, everybody that subscribed, we appreciate y'all. Our numbers is going up, and that's all due to y'all, and we appreciate it. We even love when y'all tell us we wrong. We appreciate it. Teofimo Lopez versus Arnold Barboza. Lopez, 27 years old, from Las Vegas, comes in 21-1, 13 knockouts, and is the WBO World Super Lightweight Champion. Last fight won a unanimous decision against Steve Claggett. Arnold Barboza Jr., 33 years old, from Los Angeles, comes in 32-0, 11 knockouts, and is WBO Intern World Super Lightweight Champion. Last fight, he won a split decision against Jack Catterall. This was a very close fight that some could have said went either way. Now Arnold has his biggest test yet. Yeah. Adi, talk about this fight with Lopez.
Yeah, Teofimo Lopez has been pretending like he wants to fight the black elite fighters, but he's calling for all these guys, but these fights only happens in Imagination Land.
There's so many fights in Imagination Land right now. Oh my goodness, go ahead.
Teofimo, he's been calling out Terrence Crawford, Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Boost Ennis, the list goes on and on, okay? Hopefully Top Rank and Bob Arum makes at least one of those fights happen in the near future if Teofimo can defeat Arnold Barboza Jr., okay? But in the last couple of years, it has become evident that Teofimo Lopez has been having a lot of trouble with slick boxers with excellent footwork, okay? Versus the Spaniard, Sander Martin, Teofimo was clearly frustrated with Martin's movement in that fight. In the second round, Teofimo Lopez became impatient, charged Sander Martin, and got hit with a counter right hook for the knockdown. Then in the seventh round, Teofimo, he got impatient again, charges Sander Martin, once again, another right hook for the knockdown, but the referee erroneously said it wasn't a knockdown in the seventh round, as Teofimo squeaked by with a split decision victory over Sander Martin. And last year, versus Jermaine Ortiz, Teofimo once again did a poor job of cutting off the ring, all right? And Jermaine Ortiz outlanded Teofimo in that fight. I scored that fight a draw, but Teofimo squeaked by again with a victory over Jermaine Ortiz. Now, Teofimo's father/trainer, he urged Teofimo to establish the jab more versus Sander Martin and Jermaine Ortiz, but apparently that advice went in one ear and out the other, because against Sander Martin, Teofimo only landed 21 jabs, and against Jermaine Ortiz, an abysmal 12 jabs landed in that entire fight, okay? After an underwhelming 2024, which ended versus a heavy underdog, the Dragon Steve Claggett, Teofimo Lopez team reached out to Canelo Alvarez trainer and former trainer of the year, Eddie Reynoso. But recently, they split up. The Eddie Reynoso, he's not training Teofimo anymore. There's speculations that Eddie Reynoso wants to focus on Canelo as he goes after William Skoll for the unification fight at 164. But Teofimo and his team, they know there's a problem that needs to be fixed. So not having Eddie Reynoso there, we don't know how much that's going to affect him.
Teofimo, listen, whenever you got problems or questions about who's training you and what's going on and they having issues, not a good sign. Byron, listen, I know you've been telling us about Teo. You've been telling us how you feel about him.
Y'all keep pronouncing his name wrong. Teofimo Lopez.
Talk to me about this fight with Teofimo Lopez.
Teofimo Lopez.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Is a piece of shit. Whoa. And I'm going to keep saying it. I don't like this dude. And I don't even know why he's relevant at 140. You know, he has a belt that he's in his witness protection program. He doesn't want to fight any elite black fighters, but he wants to basically be the champion of bigots. And yes, I'm talking to you, the Mexican fighters who come to our comment section and proclaim that we only like black fighters and we disrespect Mexican fighters. First of all, you morons. As far as on this panel, let me just tell you a quick story because I don't even want to talk about this trash fight. Manny Pacquiao is my favorite fighter. I think everybody at this panel knows this. Manny Pacquiao is my
Facts.
He fought Juan Manuel Marquez 4 times. And I can tell you, after he fought him, I didn't hate Juan Manuel Marquez. I actually became a fan of his. His counterpunching, how tough he was. When he fought Floyd Mayweather, I actually picked him to beat Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather came into that fight and weight bullied him and had to pay him out of pocket. And I said if he ever fought Juan Manuel Marquez again, that he'd probably lose that fight to him because that's how good of a counterpunch he is. You're not going to make me hate Mexican fighters. I hate bigots. I don't hate Mexican fighters. Teofimo Lopez is an effing bigot, and that's why I hate him. And also, I hate him because at 140, he has turned this division into quicksand because he doesn't want to fight the top-tier competition. He wants to BS his way. He wants to be a Timo version of Canelo Alvarez. He wants you stupid bigot fans to pay for his fights and watch him fight tomato cans, and so he can get rich and pretend that he's this world champion that deserves all these accolades. And even at the press conference, he sits up there, he's the champion at 140, but you fighting on an undercard, main eventing by a guy who freaking cheated and just coming off a damn suspension. That's how relevant you are, Teofimo Lopez. Gary Antoine Russell, Richard Hitchison. These are fighters that are champions at 140. Why are you not fighting one of them? Because if you're fighting one of those fighters, you're headlining this card, as you should, because you are recognized as the 140-pound champion. This clown is trying to make a career out of beating Lomachenko because that's the only big thing that he's done in his career. One night, he had a great night against a future Hall of Famer fighter. And after that, he ain't done shit but run his mouth and talk cash money, Twitter fingers. Yeah. I could beat all these black fighters, but I don't never fight them. And I hate the fact that we even have to make this black fighter versus Mexican fighter. It's so asinine. It's so ignorant. It's so stupid. And that's why I hate the Lion Garcia, and the Teofimo Lopez, because it's not about that. It's boxing, man. You're a champion. Fight champions. You're a main eventer. Fight other main eventers. That's how you get money. And his own promotion can't rock with him because he won't fight top-tier competition. He's in the same stable as Keyshawn Davis. He can fight Keyshawn Davis, but he won't because Keyshawn Davis will kick his ass. This dude is a freaking clown. He's a clown. And this fight is hard to talk about. It's hard to talk about because it doesn't make any sense. It's not relevant for 140. It doesn't get him closer to unifying this division. You know, he can talk crazy to the Haneys, he can talk, but he'll never fight him. He's a WWE fighter.
Damn.
He doesn't deserve to be on this stage. And the fact that you stands constantly run to this comment section, constantly accuse me of being a bigot, accuse me of being a racist. When I've been watching this sport longer than some of y'all been born.
Ooh.
And say that I hate Mexican fighters? No, I hate clowns and bigots. And that's what this dude is. He's a piece of shit. And it's hard to talk about shit and make it sound good. So I'm just gonna tell you the absolute truth. I'm just gonna tell you the absolute real. Like, who the hell cares about you fighting this dude? Who you shouldn't even be fighting. The only reason why you fighting him is because he beat a guy that he shouldn't have beat. But we'll get into that later. But as far as Teofimo Lopez is concerned, middle fingers to you and your fans.
Dang. Mm-hmm. Well, that guy you talking about is Arnold Barboza.
I gotta respond to what he
I'm
said.
sorry. You want to?
Yeah. I'm just saying. Teofimo, he did make those racial comments and things like that. So he definitely offended a lot of the black fans and fighters, because Tank Davis mentioned
and he continues to do it. It's not something that he did. He continues to be ignorant. He continues to do it. And the thing is, I have never and will never, have an againstness for somebody and then attack a whole group of people based on one idiot. I will never do that. And the fact that you guys come in here and accuse us of doing that shit, it pisses me off. Mm-hmm. It pisses me off because you don't know us. You don't know how much we love this sport. We love this sport. And then because I talk about Canelo, but Canelo ducks people. If Bud Crawford is my favorite fighter, if Bud Crawford ducks smoke, I'm gonna get on this. I'm gonna get up in front of this mic and I'm gonna do to him the same that I'll do to Tank Davis, the same that I'll do to Boots Ennis, the same that I'll do to Canelo Alvarez, the same that I'll do to Teofimo Lopez. I will eviscerate him because this is a gladiator sport, and I'm sick of these champions. These are champions. We're not talking about prospects. We're talking about champions who want to dance and not fight other champions. Y'all got mad because I called Tank pussy.
Damn.
Y'all got mad at that. Y'all got mad at that. But is he fighting? Is he fighting another champion? Is he is Tank Davis black? Just clear that up for me. Is he black?
He's African American.
I think I'm very consistent with the smoke that I have.
Byron got smoke for anybody.
I'm sick of y'all referencing me as a bigot. And think that I'm ignorant enough to hate a whole class of people based off one moron. I will never disrespect Mexicans or Latin America because of one piece of shit, Teofimo Lopez. I refuse to.
No, Byron definitely has smoke for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are, where you're at. He definitely brings smoke. Adi, you want the response?
Yeah, I believe Teofimo is from Argentina. Well, he's from America, but I think his background's Argentine because he always has his Argentine flag after a fight. And I will say, Teofimo, he did get the belt. He looked good against Josh Taylor. He had a really good fight against Josh Taylor. Then he said he was going to retire and this and that after that. So that was a good performance. And as far as black fighters go, the last person that Teofimo fought that looked like he was black was Comey. Okay, we came against Richard R.C. Comey. That was 5 years ago. But he's not African American. He is from Ghana. So when did Teofimo Lopez fight an elite black fighter? I don't think he's ever done it.
And he said that he wouldn't. He said he doesn't want to fight.
You mentioned Richardson Hitchens and you mentioned Gary Antoine Russell. They got belts at 140. So, and then, like you said, it doesn't make sense for him to fight Barboza Jr., who has an interim WBO belt.
This is my thing.
It's not really a unification.
This is my thing. And for me, it's the same, I got a lot of smoke for using the P word with Tank Davis. I got a lot of smoke. But for me, it doesn't make sense when, the point of this is to be great. Right or wrong?
Right.
The point of this is to be great. So if you're on a card and you're sitting there with all your the people that the other boxers and these fighters, and you want to put yourself over them, then why aren't you fighting the top fight that actually puts you there? I think I would be insulted to sit at a table on an undercard with Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero. I like Devin Haney. He's even a Devin Haney fan. I hate the fact that he's behind him. And that fight is a main event, and that's a bullshit fight. To be continued. I'll speak on that soon.
Yeah.
But for Teo, you are the recognized 140-pound champion. But you have this ignorant Tank where you don't want to fight black fighters, and it has nothing to do with them being black. They're just more skilled. They're better boxers. They got more pop than you. They're more intelligent in the ring than you. It has nothing to do with their race. But because you morons who now watch this sport, who now use this bigot angle, and it has no, I don't care what race this clown is, but the fact that he's ignited you to the point that you want to now make this a Latin America versus American black fighters, it's ignorant as hell. It's ignorant as hell. It's stupid. It's a dumb take on a great sport. And the sport is hurting because the Gary Antoine Russells, a lot of y'all never even seen this guy fight. This guy's a great fighter. Richard Hitchison is a great fighter.
Right.
But these are guys that are in division. In division. So I always approach this. That's why I really love Bud Crawford. I want all the belts. I don't just want one. I don't want to be the recognized of the division. I want every belt in the division. And that's why I will always put unified champions over everybody. That's one of my problems with Tank Davis. I feel Tank Davis has enough skill, enough God-given talent to be a unified champion, but he won't do it because he ducks smoke. A lot of y'all talk shit about Devin Haney, but Devin Haney is a unified champion. And some of the same peoples who you can't even say it, but they will never be in the same sentence. They will never unify a division. They will never be unified champions. We should hold them and set them apart. But you're comfortable disrespecting people because of color and because of this, or a guy cheated and he won a fight and you want him to have that. Like, man, cut that bullshit out. Cut it out. This is a gladiator sport. If you want to watch something that's manufactured for your entertainment, watch WWE. I'll watch it. John Cena turned heel. That's big. Like, watch WWE. But this is a gladiator sport. These guys get in the ring and put their lives on the line. Some of these guys fight 20, 30 years and don't have opportunities. It's all about getting to that top of the mountain and then fighting all the comers that come towards you. Teofimo doesn't do that, so he will never get my respect. It has nothing to do with race, but he doesn't get my respect because he's not a fighting champion. He doesn't go after the top smoke. He sells us these BS fights. That's why he's stuck on ESPN. He can't get no main event because he doesn't want to push himself in the ring.
Man. So the guy he's fighting, Arnold Barboza Jr. Byron, I know you just went on, I know you don't have interest in this fight and everything, but what can Arnold Barboza, can he pull off this upset?
Arnold Barboza Jr. made me watch one of the worst fights that I've ever seen. Like, maybe that's why I'm having a bad day.
Okay.
Because I had to watch that fight. I really feel like Jack Catterall. I think Catterall was supposed to be the opponent for this fight. He lost a split decision where I just feel like he was gun shy. He just didn't go after that fight. Right. Barboza has, a puncher's chance. Especially after how bad I disrespected Lamont Roach's cousin. Apologies to Lamont Roach.
Yeah.
I don't want to discredit someone like that again because I think we all kind of put our foot in our mouth with that one. But this just wasn't the opponent that was supposed to be on this stage. And yes, he has a great opportunity. I'm going to pick him in this fight just because I will never pick Teofimo. But
hey, you might be on to something.
He has to be what he hasn't been in his career. Now, this is an undefeated fighter, so there's, I don't think he's coming into this fight to lose. Yeah. I think he wants to win this fight. But, again, as much as I don't like Teofimo Lopez, the God-given talent is there. But it's getting in the ring, manifesting a game plan that could actually work. It is a lot of times his dad gives him great advice or great instruction, but it's all about him getting in the ring, having his head together, and making the game plan come to fruition. And that's his problem. That's what he doesn't do. But again, when you're fighting lesser competition, you can skate it out. You can get these split decision wins, these BS fights that nobody cares about because you are talented. But again, Barboza is not on the same tier of talent. And it's the same thing that we said with Lamont Roach and Tank Davis. Not on the same tier of talent. Not a guy that can't win, but just not on the same tier of talent. So I think at this point in his career, we should be having conversations with him fighting legit champions, not guys that have the fight of their life and get a split decision win. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot. He has to do a lot to come out and win this fight.
Barboza, Adi, 33-0, 11 knockouts. What do you see? What does he have to do to pull off this massive upset?
Well, if he gets upset, he'll be 33-0. I believe he's 32-0. Oh, but
you're right. Sorry, 32-0. I'm already giving him the victory.
Right, you already gave him. Who you picking?
Hopefully.
No, but Arnold Barboza Jr., he's a WBO interim champion. He's a number 3 ranked Ring Magazine fighter at 140 pounds. He has 32 fights, 32 wins, okay?
That's all you can ask for.
But only 11 knockouts. Now, he does have a 4-inch reach advantage over Teofimo Lopez, and he loves to stay at a comfortable distance throwing those 1s and 2s. In his last fight, he fought in enemy territory in Jack Catterall's home country of UK, but Barboza stayed much busier than Catterall, and he was very consistent and constantly using that 72-inch reach to his advantage, okay? And he was throwing around 15 jabs per round, and he'd throw some double jabs, triple jabs, and then he'll throw some jab cross combinations, and Jack Catterall had a real difficult time closing the distance in that fight. And Arnold Barboza Jr. fought a very similar fight versus Devin Haney's next opponent, a pressure fighter with 18 knockouts, Jose Carlos Ramirez. Okay, so Haney has that guy's a pressure fighter, and Arnold Barboza was able to keep the distance with the jab and win that fight. Okay, and so Jack Catterall's hometown judges had him losing by a split decision in that fight, but I had Arnold Barboza winning that fight 116. 112. Barboza has decent footwork. He's not a statue out there, but he may want to think about stealing the Sandor Martin Jermaine Ortiz strategy of moving around much more, because that clearly frustrates Teofimo Lopez.
Man,
you got to put him on the ropes with footwork.
So, like, listen, this fight, I don't know how covered it is, but if Arnold's able to pull off this victory, I mean, listen. I say this every show. Be careful of trying to fight somebody that you think you're going to beat. It just don't work like that in boxing. Not saying that Teofimo's going to lose, but if you're just fighting a guy just to fight a guy, that's how you get whooped. So just be mindful. It has happened. We've got plenty of examples. Go back and go to the Spectator Sporting page and look at all the shows, and we can show you how many times where we thought somebody was a cupcake and they end up they wasn't.
And they weren't.
And they wasn't.
Styles make fight.
Yep. So with that being said, Adi, is Barboza actually going to pull off this upset?
Well, Teofimo Lopez reached out to Canelo's trainer, Eddie Reynoso, because Canelo is one of the best at cutting off the ring. And a 33-year-old undefeated Barboza Jr. is no joke, all right? But good news for Teofimo, Barboza doesn't move that much, okay? And I can see Teofimo using his quickness, some feints, and finally some jabs to close the distance, go to the body, then come upstairs with some power shots. I'm picking Teofimo Lopez by unanimous decision.
Man, so Byron, you heard Adi. He's going with unanimous decision. Teofimo. I know it's against you to pick Teofimo, but what are you? How are you picking this fight?
Adi is a fan of Lion Garcia, and we have a lot of discussions off camera. I have a lot of respect for that brother. I've known him for 20 years, but I don't like that he likes Lion Garcia, and I feel like he kind of like Teofimo too, but I don't know. Dear Teofimo Lopez, fight somebody that has more skills. I can't wait till Keyshawn Davis gets his hands on you. I hope Hitchens gets his hands on you.
If he lets him get his hands on us.
I hope Gary Russell gets his hands on you. Like, I hope these guys get their hands on you, but I'm going to pick Barboza in this fight just because I hate your name. I hate looking at you, and I just don't want to pick you in this fight, even though I know Barboza has to do a lot. The one things I do not like about Barboza, as Adi alluded to, he can be very stagnant as far as footwork. He kind of just relies on that jab. And one thing Teofimo does, he moves, there's movement. And he seems and appears to be a rhythm fighter. So if Barboza, if you're looking at this, break that rhythm. Look at how Boots Ennis, when he fought Karen, like holding, breaking rhythm. Like I hope that he has to initiate some type of dirty boxing. Don't let this guy get in the rhythm. Don't let this guy get any momentum, and do everything like, man, say your prayers. I'm going to pray for you. I'm gonna get my fam to pray for you. Like, I want you to win this fight. Get this clown out of the discussion at 140 so we can see this division be great. There's some talent at 140, but when you got a clown at the helm, it kind of holds up the line. And that's all Teofimo does. He's holding up the line for some great fighters to break out and possibly go after some undisputed status type recognition. So Barboza, unanimous decision, and that's me. That's what I'm going to put on it.
Wow. Okay, I love it. Hey, you might be on to something.
And I don't care. Come at me at the comments. So I'm going to be at every comment, every single comment. Come at me if you want to.
If this turns out to be right, you going to be on something. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go with Teofimo. But I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people expect. I got it as a split decision. Yeah. I'm just not a big fan of not fighting who you supposed to fight.
And he's a head case. Tia is a head case. He's a guy that something can go wrong and it'll throw him off. Yes. Very emotional. Very, very clownish.
So I'm going to go with a split decision for Teofimo, but the interest in this fight, I don't know how much is there though, honestly. So hopefully we get an exciting fight.
Are you interested in this fight?
Yeah, I mean,
like as far as the card, like as far as the card goes,
the whole card.
Yeah, where does this fight rank?
I would say
near the bottom.
I feel like the Ryan Garcia and Rolly Romero is going to be a knockout. So I feel like
it better be.
I think it's going to be a knockout, that fight. So I definitely want to tune in for that one. Devin Haney fight. This all going to be at Times Square.
I think that's the best fight on the card.
Yeah, because Jose Ramirez, that guy, he's no joke. He's no.
Those are two good fighters.
And then he's going to be pressuring Devin Haney.
Yeah.
And then Barboza, he's underrated, man. He has a really nice jab, ones and twos, very disciplined, very consistent. I like how consistent he is, and he does keep the distance. He got that 72-inch reach. He got a 4-inch reach over Teofimo.
Okay.
And Teofimo, he's ducking people because Richardson Hitchens, he was very upset that Teofimo wouldn't fight him. He's trying to get a fight with him.
Yeah.
But Richardson Hitchens, he got a long reach. He's fights similar to Barboza, but much better.
Way better.
But he has a longer reach. He has a longer reach too. Right. But Barboza, he can score. I can see him scoring with the jab. It's a little inaccurate though. That's why I picked Teofimo. But
yeah, that fight ranks at the bottom. It ranks at the bottom. Because the thing is with that fight, what's gonna happen after it?
He need to fight Richardson Hitchens or Gary Antoine.
If Teofimo wins, what's gonna happen after that fight? For all his fans, and run to the comment section.
Who is he gonna fight next?
Tell me what's gonna happen after that fight. And
Alberto Puello.
That could happen.
And he's not a black. He looks black, but he ain't black. I think he's from Cuba. I'm sorry, Puerto Rico. I don't know which.
So you think that fight happens?
Alberto, he only won because you got Richardson Hitchens, you got Gary Antoine Russell, and Alberto got belts. Alberto is not African American, so Teofimo don't want to fight African American. So that's the only guy he could fight. Or you know how he always say you want to go.
How ignorant is that? How ignorant is that? How ignorant is that?
Right.
To say I'm a world-class fighter, but I won't fight you because of the color of your skin.
It's not the color of your skin.
I'm scared. It's because of the talent. You a clown, Teofimo.
Hey, y'all been watching Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach, along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wally. Shout out to Byron. Make sure y'all go on Spectator Sporting. And when this show comes out, in the comments, get at Byron.
You come at me if you want to.
Get at Byron.
Come at me at your own risk.
You heard him. You heard what he said.
I talk about mamas and everything. You gotta be careful.
Man, but we do appreciate y'all coming to the comments. If you do come, we're going to appreciate it. And remember, if you got a question that you want us to respond to, go ahead and ask that question. We might respond to you on one of our next shows. But in the meantime, in between time, we out. Peace.